boy, I sure do like a dimly lit room with a couple of pinball machines like on, glowing, lighting up the room with that beautiful pinball light, if there's such a thing. It's the perfect ambiance, if you will, for episode 222 of Coast to Coast Pinball. Let's go. Welcome to Coast Pinball. My name is Nate Shivers. This is a podcast. It's a commentary. A man out of quarters. Welcome. How you guys doing? Coming to you guys not live from San Diego, California here on a beautiful Thursday night, March 24th, 2016. One of the best things that has come from me doing this podcast, this crazy talking to a mic about pinball, throw it on the internet, hope somebody listens or cares, has been the people I have met. I have met some really good people through the pinball community over the past few years, and I will have that forever. You'll never be able to take that away from me. If the show dies, if I kill it, if pinball collapses, the people will still be there, and that's fantastic. Which, by the way, I don't predict pinball is collapsing. I think pinball is strong. I am bullish on pinball. So, Steve Bowden is coming on the show tonight. We talk Papa. We talk games. He's one of the best players in the world. He's one of the most knowledgeable players of anybody out there. There's very few people, I would say less than like 20 people, who I would say have as much game knowledge as Steve Bowden across all sorts of games. He's really fantastic when it comes to that, and he is high energy, has a lot of fun talking pinball. He and I could do this podcast like literally every week if we wanted to. He is one of those people that I really consider a friend through pinball, and for that I thank him, and I thank him for joining me for episode 222. It's good stuff here. We talk some general pinball stuff. We talk about some of the tournaments he's played and some ranking stuff. We talk about his schedules, and then we dive in deep in the back half of the show. We talk about the A Division Bank and Papa, kind of in depth. We go into a lot of the games, kind of what his strategy is going to be. We touch on the B Bank, the C Bank, and the D Bank even, kind of go through all those games just to find some little tidbits of goody gold, like pintips.com type. Is it pintips.com or .net? Sorry. But just some little nuggets of information that maybe will ring in the back of your head when you step up to your qualifying games at Papa next month in April in Carnegie, Pennsylvania. So anyway, I really appreciate Steve coming on the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Without further ado, episode 222 starts now. All right, welcoming back to Coast Pinball tonight, Mr. Steve Bowden. How are you, sir?
Very good, Nate. Good to talk with you again.
You too, man. Good to get closer to seeing you. Haven't seen you in a while. It's been what, like 3-4 months?
Yeah, a little bit. But Papa's coming up, so that'll be that time again.
It is that time again. It's I think we've sort of kicked off the year now. Things are happening, shows are happening, and the Papa 19 World Championships are taking place here in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, serious business now. I mean, I'm sure you've seen that the price of A Division is going up. Like the price of poker's gone up a little bit to $25 an entry. I don't know how that's going to affect certain people's
$5 a game.
Yeah, that's $5 a game. That's $100 only get you 4 instead of 5 now. That could make a bit of difference. I don't know.
Do you think that's going to keep some people who might be eligible to still play in the B division from jumping up into A?
A little bit. It might keep some jumpers out. I don't know what the rule is as far as, if you're in B, do you want to play in A to try and qualify in A? I don't know if it might keep some of them out. I'm not sure.
Oh, the late move throw an entry in and get the Whopper points.
Right.
Because you don't get Whopper points in B, C, or D.
That's right. So I don't know if that may prevent that, but hey, I don't know. Some people will be bringing their credit card, so we'll say it may not even matter.
What's an extra $5 between friends, right?
We're not feeling that until after. It's sort of like going to Vegas or Atlantic City. You don't really feel the pain until after if you didn't qualify. But if you did qualify, you're feeling great.
That's funny you bring that up because I was looking at some of the threads on the Tilt forums today, and one of them was discussing different qualifying styles in tournaments, and somebody mentioned a player that they knew had spent over $1,000 trying to qualify for the A Division at Papa.
I read that. That is amazing. I cannot imagine. I mean, unless there's a lot of voiding, Just the time it would take.
Yeah, like
mathematically, it doesn't really work.
$1,000 to like have to play you or Bowen or somebody like that, and then just get beaten. That doesn't sound worth it to me.
Because $1,000 in A division, that's 50. That's 50 entries. Because it's $20 per entry.
Yeah,
that's 50 entries. So that would have to be a lot of. I played 2 crappy games and voided out,
or just one. Maybe they put up a bad first score and just bail on it. I don't know.
Right, which is different. I mean, no, back in the day being a few years ago, you needed to have 5 good games. But now it seems like to qualify, you could have 3 bang out games and 2 zeros and still kind of get in.
Okay, so what's causing that?
I guess is it the expansion to 24? I mean, because there was more people getting in, right? So that changed. It used to be 16 and that's it.
That makes sense.
But the 24 expansion, it changes the numbers a little bit. So, I mean, I always expect to need 5 games with points, but then you're looking and see, oh, we have, 90-point game, 80-point game, 85-point game, and then 0-0 on 2 other games which have pretty decent scores on them, but they get beat down so much that they end up scoring nothing. So that may help keep some people keep their entries going if they have a crappy first game.
Yeah, for those of the folks at home listening that don't understand how Papa differs in their qualifying, you have to play a ticket of games, and you play 5 games, and all 5 scores on that ticket count towards your cumulative score ranks, not just playing games over and over and over in any order. You actually have to play 5 separate games on a ticket. And then you have the choice. You can void a ticket at any time, just kill it and start another one, but they cost a lot of money.
Hey, right.
Do you ever void tickets?
I absolutely do. Yeah, I do void tickets. Especially if I do really poorly on one, or if all the remaining games, the queues are pretty long. If I want to just start one over. But I have not done like a one game void yet. I don't think. Maybe I have. I don't remember. I may do that now because again, this year is going to be like last year where I can only come up starting Friday night, and it's going to be just like me qualifying like crazy until I can. Like from Friday night, Saturday, I'm going to have a limited time period, so I may have to start doing that to have a shot, just like last year. But
remind us where you qualified last year.
Oh, but was it 6th? I think
it was pretty high. That's what I thought.
It's because I had that magical set as like the last set that I needed, so it was basically me having 4 decent games, and then it was I think me and Spider-Man with lightning flippers. And so, I'm thinking, well, okay. Up until that point, I had not really learned how to do a post catch where you have to, where the ball comes down the in lane and you catch it on the flipper before it goes anywhere, so it just stops there.
Kind of hits up into the post, yeah.
Right. So I didn't really know how to do that. But with the lightning flippers, you kind of want to do that so you can catch the ball and shoot Doc Ock all day still. So I essentially learned how to do it at that game as I was playing.
That's amazing.
And so I'm like, wait a minute, this is working. And so I had 50 million, 60, 100 million. Wait, this is still working. And so I had 300 million and that got me in. So I'm like, well, okay, if that's what it took, then that's what it takes. Papa style is the complete opposite of Herb style. You have to show consistency enough over 5 games. So, I still have the mentality of having 5 good games, no matter how the math is changing now on this. But, it's going to be interesting to see if I can pull something out of the hat again with the limited time I'm going to have. But, let's see.
Well, you're obviously playing really good right now. You're ranked 5th in the world on the IFPA rankings.
Yep, still up there, even after the reckoning.
Even after the reckoning, the readjustments of the way they counted the scores, you're actually not that far from Zach Sharp in 4th place. A lot of times I look at these and there's so many points between 2 people. It's like, well, okay, you're pretty locked in there. Mm-hmm. You're only 6.3 points behind Zach.
That's pretty good, but I have a feeling Zach might play more classics than I will, which will be none. I'll play none.
That's a good point. You aren't going to be there to play all the classics.
Right. I'll maybe throw throw a classics entry in there just to see what happens if I can catch something magical. But that's felt really good to stay up there even after the reckoning. So take that.
So I know we're super early into the year right now, but currently you're ranked 2nd in 3 different states already. I don't know if you know that or not.
I did not even know that.
Does this sound right? Maryland, New York, and Virginia?
Well, New York, obviously, right?
Yeah.
let's see.
Magfest. Did you get points for Maryland and Virginia?
Magfest. Yes, second in Magfest. And then Virginia, I don't remember. Okay.
They just give you points by osmosis because you're so close.
I was just there around. I don't know.
Kentucky, you go to Louisville?
That's Louisville, yep.
Third in Kentucky right now. Right. Sixth in New Jersey. How are there 5 players ahead of you in New Jersey? That almost doesn't seem believable.
I guess because of league?
Jason Zoller. Okay, I saw Jason won something big there, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he won states. There you go. That's the reason.
So he won state. Coy
Morris. I was eliminated early in states.
What happened?
Jody Jordan got me on a few games. I played poorly in like 4 straight games. It was terrible, and so it was really bad. So basically it was a bunch of missed shots and bad decisions. So I was out. Now I think in like the round of 8 or something like that.
Where did your state tournament this year rank as far as like pressure situations versus other big tournaments?
I didn't feel much pressure at all. I guess maybe I was just down hanging out with friends, so I didn't really feel that much pressure. I filter out pressure most of the time anyway during any tournaments, even like during, say, a big circuit event like Magfest or anything else, So, I can pretty much filter it out now. I still get nervous, but not as much. So,
sure. Looking at the circuit standings, I know this is sort of bittersweet for you.
Yeah.
Looks like you're ranked 9th in the Papa circuit, which is the
I did
points.
Pretty well.
Pretty good.
I was a pretty good black hole this time. Yeah, I sucked a lot of points in that will go nowhere.
Because you cannot make the circuit finals.
Make the circuit final. But
these jobs and careers get so annoying of pinball sometimes.
I know, yeah, especially in April. Yeah. April is a bad month for me. That's just... that's all I'll say about what the reason why I'm not going. It's just the month of April and certain things that happen in April in my profession make every April a bad month.
It's all about the kids, Steve. It's all about the kids.
It's all about the kids. Yes, that's right.
That's awesome. Okay, so let's also review. I wanted to go back at some of the stuff since we've last gotten together to chat. Talk to me about the tournament that you won, the 24-hour battle at the Sanctum in Connecticut. Tell me about that. That's literally a 24-hour tournament, correct?
Oh, yes. It's 24 actual hours, like maybe with sort of a break for a meal, and it's not even an hour. So you're playing constantly. You're in constant 4-player matches throughout the 24 hours. And any match that you aren't there for, you get a 0. So if you fall asleep or just can't play or whatever, that's on you. So it gets to a point where I'm there. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I got my protein shakes. I got my snacks. I got, I pace myself. Okay. Then it gets to a point where you're late at night, and you know how sometimes you can sort of stay up and you reach the wall.
Oh yeah.
And then there's a point where you're so tired, you're not tired anymore. That's where I got. Like I was so tired that it didn't matter. And I was in a 4-player group where we had an awesome game of mousing around, where I was able to just concentrate on that ramp over and over.
Yeah, at the ramp all day long.
And it helped me wake up, And so once I was able to get past that, and I think I got like a perfect round once, and that vaulted me into the lead, and I just kept it going and coasted into the win. But yeah, it's a very interesting endurance event. Like, you really do have to stay up, because if you're not there, you will zero out and you'll drop. So,
did you see people sleeping?
Oh yeah. People, there are couches ready for you to take a quick nod, and then get back in there.
Wow. So, what time of day did it start? What were the 24 hours? Where was the beginning and the end?
I think the beginning, it was noonish to noonish, I think.
Oh, so that 7 to 9 a.m. must have been brutal.
That was bad. Oh, that was brutal, but you see the end. You can see it. You're just like, okay, I'm there. All I have to do is survive maybe 1, maybe 2 more matches, and we're good. So once you get up to that point, it's like, I might as well finish. So you're right there. It's like mile number 22 on a marathon. So you can see it. You made it this far, so let's go. But at that point, I was fortunate enough to have built a lead. And so I was able to play more conservatively, and instead of going for wins, making sure I get 2s instead of getting 0s, not having to go for 3-point wins, where, 3 victories versus 3 other players, it's scored similar to like Pinburg that way.
Yep.
Where if you win, you get 3 points, second place, 2 points, and so on. So I was able to do that and sort of coast my way into a victory there while still, maintaining some form of wokenness, I guess you could say.
Let me ask you this, because I saw some people posting on social media after that event. They were posting things like, my body will never be the same. Like,
it took me 3 days to come back from that.
But the question remains, it looks like right now, as we're recording this, it's doing well in the Papa Circuit event voting.
Not bad.
To become a circuit event. So are you in? Are you back in? Are you going to go play it again?
I have to go back in. They're hanging a banner that has my name on it.
There you go.
I have to go back as a defending champion.
That's awesome.
It's like the rule. I mean, I have to defend. So, yeah, I hope it stays up there.
I would love to come play that event. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Not that I'm trying to be influential in any vote or any super PAC that might endorse any particular circuit event. Vote your conscience. Vote your locality. I guess most people are probably going to vote for one that's closest to them.
Sure, totally.
But yeah, it's very interesting how the votes are coming out so far. This is very interesting here.
What else did you win last year? Seems like you won a bunch of stuff last year.
I was close in a few things. I mean, I got Expo, the 128.
That was the big one.
Mega bracket, right? Yep. That was nice. Staying in the winners bracket of that is huge.
That's big.
Because A, there were a lot of matches I didn't have to play because I was staying in winners bracket, and B, there were a lot of tough, high quality pinball players that I didn't have to face because I was in a winners bracket. I still faced tough people, but I didn't have to face everyone. So, that also helped me win.
You won PinFest earlier last year too, right?
I did get PinFest, and I did get 2 out of the 3 events in the PPO, which was I really appreciate winning that. I mean, I got the Pin Golf and the Classics in the Pittsburgh, and winning anything in the Pittsburgh scene is huge. So
yeah, a lot of good players there for sure.
So I just went on that run. I was like, okay, this is a decent run. Let me just try to stay, under the radar. I can't really do that anymore.
No, I think everyone knows who you are now for sure.
I'm a target now, so
I'm telling you, I was talking to people in Texas, and it's funny. 3 years ago when I started doing this and going out there, it was always everyone said Lyman and Bowen and Elwyn. Now it's Bowen and Bowden and Elwyn. You're right there, man. You're right there with those great players today.
I'm still not used to that. I'm still not used to being expected to win. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
And
that is a form of pressure that I try to eliminate and say, that's okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm still here to play. Just whatever happens. Play as good as you can. But yeah, that losing. I used to be able to go to events and try and look for the people who were ahead of me in the rankings. Like, please let there be someone who's ahead of me in the rankings, and that was usually Trent.
Yep.
So I was like, yes, as long as Trent's here, awesome. I'm not the highest ranked player there.
Well, you're a bit ahead of Trent nowadays.
Oh boy.
So going through your results, I also see lots of the Super League finals. That's the monthly New York City-based league out of Modern Pinball, where it was the original Super League. It was everybody come in on these certain days, play these certain games, and then we'll have a big tournament at the end of the month.
Right.
How's that been? What's that been like? As they sort of nerfed it a little bit, they changed the rules a little bit to kind of take down some of the potential points. What's that league been like after has it been a year and a half?
It's been about a year, right?
About a year, something like that.
Just about a year, right? Because it's really started January of last year.
Okay. Yep.
So it takes a drive to New York, but I enjoy traveling the time it takes to. Well, saying enjoy is a bit generous. It is traveling in New York with all those taxis who think they're invincible.
Yep, they do.
But still, I mean, I like going there, going to New York, and seeing if I can take those points away from those guys and run back to New Jersey with them. You know,
Yeah.
And I got quite a bunch of them. You know, trying to equalize the Super League factor. I think I got about 400 points from them. I don't know what it was because I had won like 5 out of 12, and I did also win January. Didn't do too hot in February, but you know, March is another event. But yeah, you know, it seems to be still going strong. You know, it's from you know, that's really not going to scare any of the people away. Plus, it's in New York, and modern pinball is in a good location, so you know they're still going to get a lot of the people who walk by and see, oh, what is this? Is this pinball? Yes, it is. Come on in and play.
Some of the conversations are pretty funny when people walk off the street and just expect to just put a quarter in a game, and they don't realize it's paid by the half hour or the hour.
Right, exactly. It's like first is the head turn because they look at it and say, what? And then it's, oh my God, I can't believe it's, you know, Twilight Zone or Fish Tales. I played this in 19 whatever it is, you know. Like, you know, what goes on here? Do we need quarters? And then they explain what the format is for paying by the hour or by the day, and it's cool. You know, that's really.
I'm glad to see them doing well. The last couple times I've been in there, have been a lot of people playing pinball in there.
It's definitely has kept their traffic up, and that's good to see. I mean, sure, you know, some periods are not as robust, but that's usually in the middle of the day. But then, you know, all of a sudden there'll be a party or some sort of event or something else. Or, I mean, especially with, I'm sure this current week coming up, we're around the spring break. They're going to have a lot of traffic. Then, of course, the summer, it's going to be ridiculous.
So what's your take on sort of the, if we can't beat them, let's join them act of the Super Selfie League that we see? Just today, I got 2 more emails from 2 new Super Selfie Leagues.
I want to try and start some. Hey, I want to start one at 8 on the Break in New Jersey. I want to try and start one. There's a new place in Morristown, New Jersey called the Morristown Game Vault. I want to see how they might react to something like that. You know, just to get people involved, really. I mean, it really wouldn't be for huge points to start off because really the population, I mean, maybe the break might be pretty well because we have a pretty decent, ground floor of people there already because there's the New Jersey League meets there.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, we're not talking about hundreds of people, at least not to start. But
but 25, 30 people can be a nice little monthly tournament.
Right. But, and you have to build from somewhere. That's the point. You know, just, if you don't start it, you can't build it. So
I think we have like 16 to 20 that are active in San Diego right now, and it's fun. It's great.
Nice.
You see everybody on Facebook, and you kind of track how they're doing, and you hopefully, if I were a better player, here's what I would do: I would sandbag my scores. I would get some really big scores, and I would just hold on to them till right towards the end of qualifying, and then I'd send them in.
Right, this is super selfie hacks. Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, I guess that's the other concern is the potential hack part. You know, where I don't know. I guess since people were thinking of it, I mean, it's part of trust. You know,
I have a way to easily fix that. If somebody wants to easily, all you have to do is put a little card on each of the games you're using each month with a certain color or somebody's signature that has to be in each photo, and you change the card every month. That way nobody can hold on to scores or anything like that.
That would work.
Yeah, just a little sticker or a card. I was talking about that with somebody else who was concerned about the possible cheating aspect there.
Right. But hey, yeah, if you can't beat them, join them. I mean, I was wondering why the Super League idea didn't take hold earlier. I mean, I expected that to come in much earlier.
Yeah, you know what and I've said it on the show, the idea that I don't have to qualify at any given time in the Selfie League really appeals to me.
Yeah, because what if you can only come down for a certain amount of time at a certain time of the week, you know, to play? Like, I know I can only get to New York maybe one time a week, you know, so because it's going to New York, I'm in Jersey, it takes time and
money.
Yeah. I mean, my Easy Pass knows that I'm a member of the New York Super League. Okay, so, you know, and I'm just wondering why I didn't pick up at 2015 and instead of 2016 this happening in high power places like Northwest and Pittsburgh and, you know, New England and Portland.
There's more. San Francisco's coming. I mean,
seeing this should have happened earlier.
I think it's fantastic.
It's great.
It's a good thing.
Get more people in. You know, get more people in and playing. This is great.
All right, so let's see. What do you think of Ghostbusters?
Wow, when I saw the Dead Flip special, yeah, that was nice. I was really liking I was really liking how it was playing. I was liking the music. I was liking the action. I was seeing how wide the flipper gap really is on the game. I mean, it seems wide. I don't know.
It's Mustang gap.
It's what. That's fine then.
Yep,
oh, okay.
It's the Mustang gap. Yep.
Okay, I was wondering if it's even like creature wide. That's not bad.
It's creature Mustang WWE. Yep, John Trudeau.
Okay, so it's the Trudeau gap. Okay,
yep.
That's fine. You know, I was really smiling at, you know, when you hit that super jackpot animation. I really enjoyed the way that came out. It has that signature, you know, where you sort of has that typewriter effect.
Yeah, I like that.
In Getaway and Roadshow and Champion Pub and Game of Thrones. And I mean, yeah, I've mentioned the Game of Thrones. Looking at Ghostbusters, it looks sort of similar. It looked like a derivative of Game of Thrones, but I didn't care. I mean, it was fine. I mean, it was great.
I like what they're doing with the pop bumper scoring in those two games. I think that's a great idea.
Papa Slot works. I mean, it even worked on Elvis. It was fine then. I
didn't even remember that they did that then.
Yeah, it was on Elvis. So I was like, yeah, this Papa Slot works.
That's very good.
You can get more than one award. You know, you can put a mixture of awards in there. It's nice. You know, I like how you can build up the super and cash it in, sort of like a halfway version of the AC/DC cannon. You know, but totally. I guess it holds for now. That may change in further code updates if all of a sudden people are getting 150 million supers back to back. You know,
yeah.
But I really liked what I saw. I can't wait to play it. I mean, I've heard rumbling it's coming to New York. That Al Pinaholic might be getting it. I don't know.
I think you'll see one in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, so I'll have to take a visit and check it out. You know, definitely looking good so far.
Did you get your Game of Thrones for winning the Expo tournament?
I have it. Yep. I have my Game of Thrones. I just haven't had the time to set it up, so it's still new in the box.
Wow, premium, right?
Yep. But the thing is, there's a Game of Thrones premium at 8 on the Break, which is like 20 minutes away from me. So I'll go contribute to the coin box there and play it. You know, for now.
There you go.
Till I get it set up, which should be pretty soon. You know, I'll have some time coming up to set it up. But yeah, I mean, I figure, hey, it's on route, so I'm gonna contribute to that cause there. That it's, you know, and when I see it getting played a lot at the Break too. You know, that game sees a lot of play.
I've heard that it's done very well out in the field. A couple of the little things I want to hit on before we jump into the dissection of the pop-up banks, which is what we're going to do.
The war room, here we go.
The war room, we're going to do that in a minute. I wanted to ask you, did you watch the stream of the national championships from Vegas?
A lot of it, yeah.
What was your take? And I don't want to get into the whole... I guess just what were your thoughts on the final ending the way it did? You had Lyman Sheets, Adam Lefkoff, both of them apparently with very tight travel plans that they had to meet, and Lyman actually forfeit after he lost in game 1 of a best of 7 Metallica.
Now this part I didn't see. Okay, that is part I missed.
So Lyman lost on ball 3. Adam came back and beat Lyman on Metallica. Mm-hmm. And then Lyman forfeit and left because he had to catch a flight. He had travel plans he could not change, and he left. And some people got upset. Some people were just, I think, not upset as much as they were just depressed they didn't get to see the big best of 7 war, and they were bummed it ended that way. I guess my thought to you is, have you ever had to leave a tournament? Would you ever leave a tournament? Like, what would it take for you to walk away from a potential national championship?
Well, if the cost of the flight, I mean, I try to change the flight. I mean, you know, if the cost of the flight change is covered by the prize money, I would win.
I think this was not about them. This is where I really felt bad for Lyman.
I don't know.
I think he had travel plans again the next morning or something like that where he could not miss that flight back home. Mm-hmm. So it was just sort of a bummer, but I was glad to see Adam win. Adam deserves it. Mm-hmm. I mean, what a great player, great guy.
I don't blame anybody for, having to miss. I mean, really, what can you do?
What can you? It's only pinball, right?
Just talking about me personally, I would see if I could, I don't know what I would do. Change the flight to finish it, unless there were no way for me to change it. I don't know. I don't know how I would handle that. I mean, it got close at Expo when I won it. I was really like when I won Expo, I was running to the plane to catch it. And
wow.
I barely catch it because the flight was delayed because there were so many people online or something. So I did get lucky. So I almost had that sort of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I usually try to guess, and what would be useful, I don't even know how you would do this, is I guess an estimation of when a tournament would end for out of town players so they can estimate when to have a flight back, because some tournaments are good at ending at 5 p.m. done. Some are almost 9-10 o'clock. Like
sure.
or you know, some tournaments are in the tournament time period, but I guess you can never really predict it because as you're playing finals, play starts to slow down because people are being more careful. Every ball is even more important now than it was before. So you can't really, and it's not like we have a shot clock like basketball or anything. So these are untimed periods like baseball. So it's tough to predict that, but I guess maybe a rough estimation of when the tournament has ended in the past to help the out-of-towners gauge when they should be able to fly home.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can do that. That's just me thinking right now.
It's tough. I think they were close to schedule. It was close. It was. I just think that it's a tough one, especially with the national championship, where you win a tournament to get into another tournament. You get to represent your state, and there's money on the line. So of course, you're going to go. You're going to play, and you know, I don't know. I felt bad for Adam a little bit that he didn't get to fully beat Lyman or not. And of course, I felt bad for Lyman because Lyman's playing really good right now.
Yeah. This part I totally missed. I mean, I was there for a lot of it, but yeah, I missed that part at the end.
It's a cool stream, if nothing else, seeing Adam come back on ball 3 against the guy who designed the code for the game.
I'm going to have to go back to that and visit that, because I don't know where I was for the ending, but I did see a lot of the preliminaries and some of the early finals. When some of those finals I definitely saw, but yeah.
And let's see, my last thing to jump into. I wanted to bring up Pinball with the Pros. You were the pro on episode 2 with Mustang.
That was cool.
I just kind of want to say thanks. It's gone over really well. The episode got nothing but praise. Did you get a chance to watch it afterwards? Can you watch yourself on video? I have a hard time doing that.
I can now.
Yeah.
I've gotten over that now, so I can definitely watch myself and see what I said. Sort of like listening to my own commentary on pinball commentaries. That's when I actually get to figure out what I actually said and hope A, that I made sense, B, that I didn't talk over anyone, C, that I helped out the other commentators and that they helped me, and that D, that I didn't curse. That's it. If those 4 things happened, then it was successful, and as long as I contributed and cool. So I've sort of gotten used to watching myself.
Pinball commentary is tough.
It seems like it is, but it's like all of a sudden I'm there, and all of a sudden words come out, and the words make sense. So that sometimes amazes me when all of a sudden I'm sitting down, I'm talking about a game and we're just going for it, and it's great. And to me it just sounds like I'm talking with whoever's there. It's not like I'm talking with hundreds of people on the stream. I'm just talking to the 2 people who are near me.
Yeah.
Because really, that's really all that's
well, and that's why you're a perfect fit for the Pinball with the Pros videos, which you will be having a second shot in season 1 on.
Yeah, a very interesting game.
Haven't leaked that out to anybody yet.
Right. Yeah,
so, but
was an interesting episode too. That was cool.
What I think I might have won a game on
that might have happened.
That might have happened.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Hey, whatever.
All right.
That made it even more enjoyable.
But I think I beat somebody else before that airs. I'm going to beat somebody else in one of the videos. So.
Well, it was bound to happen. Come on now.
It's pinball, right?
This
Eventually.
is pinball, which people don't understand. That's what people. I don't think some people don't understand that fact that what pinball means. They expect certain people to win all the time.
Yep.
Forgetting that it's pinball.
Hey man, even when Tiger Woods was at his top, top spot. He still lost more than he won.
Right. Any given Sunday especially works on pinball, and especially if it's any given Saturday night when it's awesome and exciting. I'm loving that some of the tournaments are holding the finals on Saturday night. I
think it's so much better. It's so much better at a show where you're at a pinball show. Like, I don't think there's any need for Papa to do that because Papa is Papa. You go there for that.
That's right.
But like Pinburg doing Saturday night was awesome.
Right.
The Texas Pinball Festival we just did was really cool. I think that will grow to be even better. So if you're at a show, and I think Expo was the perfect example of the sort of the other side of it is if you do it on Sunday, you end up winning a tournament with it where they're just breaking down the tables around you.
Right. And I really like the Saturday night finals because the next day you can, really go to the event or what's left of it at least, so which is really like, Pinburg is great. It's going to be great for that. I really hope every tournament is on Saturday night now, just so you can have Saturday night pinball with whoever it is, and you can really hype it up.
Ooh, we should trademark that. We should start Saturday night pinball.
Yeah, Saturday night is pinball night in America.
Love it.
Something like that. So you can get on and do it that way and really start hyping it up and get the crowds going and
It's still tough because we were putting together that stream in Texas kind of on the fly, and we didn't have like the Carl D'Angelo mega system.
But you did well. I mean, hey,
it was okay, but man, it sure makes you appreciate what Carl and what the Papa guys do.
Yeah.
I mean, geez,
wow.
We were dealing with just pretty limited cameras, and it was a lot of work.
But it's still, you guys did really well there. I mean, that was some good commentary. Really, going through as many of the games as you could, and it was great. I mean, for what you had, it was well done.
I was just glad they didn't pick the games I didn't know that well.
All right, nice. Like a tribute.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to jump into the Papa Banks here, and we're going to dissect. We're going to start with the A division because that's going to determine the Papa World Champion, which could be Steve Bowden.
Could be
Steve. I really hope that somebody that came on the Pinball with the Pros wins it this year. That would be that'd be fantastic. So let's see. We're gonna break this bank down. I guess we'll go game by game, but I kind of want to hear from your perspective, looking at this bank,
right? Compared
to past Papa A banks. What are your thoughts? What were your first impressions when you saw? I'm gonna go ahead and read them really quick and then get your reaction. So, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Tommy, Whirlwind, Williams Indiana Jones, Dirty Harry, Game of Thrones, 8-Ball Deluxe, Circus Voltaire, Avengers, and Party Zone.
Right. Okay.
So when you hear that, what do you think of that bank?
Well, I'm looking at quite a couple of games that might seem to be oddballs, but aren't. I mean, I like that 8-Ball Deluxe is in there.
Yep.
8-Ball Deluxe will be a game that can cut down on cues on lines. That on any lines there, because 8-Ball Deluxe can really eat up some people. Especially since if we have some long ball times on other games, people might be able to use 8-Ball Deluxe as part of their entry and really so they're not waiting around for Game of Thrones. Okay, because Game of Thrones seems like a long player, but I mean, as we've learned from I think Louisville. I mean, I get proved that you can really set the game up hard. All you have to do is just take the ball save out at the beginning. Right, that gets people really scared of the game, especially when you're plunging. So, I mean, I'm sure there are going to be ways to lessen the Game of Thrones ball times.
Yeah.
On that's going to be necessary because that one really, I mean, I remember from Louisville looking at the cues, there was always like 4 or 5 deep on it.
We had that in Texas too, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, right? I mean, because it's just a long player, even though it is a dangerous playing game.
They had a super tight tilt in Texas. They had no rubber on the outlanes.
Right.
And a very short ball save. There was a ball save, but it was like, by the time you short plunged, trapped, and hit one target, you were kind of like trying to trap up again and just go.
But, I mean, if the ball save is on and you can still take advantage of the validation period to light that Lord of Light there, I mean, that's the key there. If you have ball save at all, plunge, catch the ball on the right flipper, hit a target, long as you haven't hit 3 things or an in lane.
Yep.
drain, do it again, get the Lord of Light lit by completing the left target bank once, and if your score is still flashing, keep going.
Yeah, I didn't see people doing that either. I did it. I didn't score all that well, but that's what I was trying to do.
But still, at any time you can complete a set of targets will help you, especially if you're trying to get through some of the houses like Baratheon, or Tyrell, which require dangerous target hits when you have no rubbers on the side to help you.
I think they set Lord of Light on like extra hard or something in Texas.
Okay,
they did change it somehow.
That'll help. That'll definitely help.
Yeah,
okay. That'll help mitigate the queues that will build up on Game of Thrones, because people are going to want to play that. Definitely.
Is there anything in that list that you hear right off the bat and you say, well, not even going to try that thing?
Well, it depends. Party Zone depends on whether the progressive jackpot is on or not. It was on in Louisville, which caused some situations where a player can get up and score a big bang for $64 million.
Yeah.
And the next person gets up and the big bang's back down to $20 million.
We got Dr. Dude on location in San Diego right now in our selfie league, and that same sort of issue is hanging out there.
Yeah. Oh no. Right. Yeah. So if the Party Zone progressive is standardized at $20 million, then okay. I mean, I'll see that. Well, the Party Zone in Louisville had the lightning flippers on it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So that's what made that one very tough. But again, the progressive was on, so you could just wait until it was high enough for you to risk it and then go for it. So I'm wondering what the setting is going to be on.
I feel like Papa won't let that happen.
Right. I mean, I'm hoping I'm not mistaken in that you can standardize that. Yes. I think it's a 20 million standard. I think that's from what I remember. Just like maybe taxis is a progressive, but it's standardized at 1.5 million. So that was a progressive at Louisville also, where you could wait for it to be a big amount, cash it in, and then the next player is sitting there with a 500,000 jackpot. So it's just going to depend how it's set. I mean, I could see Party Zone being another way to work through some lines pretty quickly. Just like Whirlwind, that's a third game that might help work through some lines if it's not easy to work through that center ramp over and over on Whirlwind, not the center ramp, the right ramp, I guess. Yeah. If you can repeat that a lot, then we'll be there for days. But if not, if it's set to where there's some flipper hop, so it screws with your shot a little bit, that'll help there. I'm sure they're gonna set it to where it mitigates any reason to have any long lines there or any long games. It's A division, so we're just gonna have to figure it out.
I see Circus Voltaire in the group, and that was in the finals last year, I believe.
Yeah, is that going to be the same one where, it was a war of attrition and people just started bashing on the ringmaster?
Yeah, it was Bowen Elwin, right? They had that bizarre game where
all of a sudden Elwin was like, forget this noise, I'm just going to bash the ringmaster because he's the least dangerous thing. Well, I guess I should say she's the least dangerous thing on the game.
Yeah.
Is to hit the ringmaster and maybe get some points that way and use that to win. My goodness.
Interesting.
That's going to be interesting there. And Avengers with new code, that's going to be interesting.
Have you played the new code?
At Louisville, they had new code in there. I've never seen...
Could you tell?
Yeah, I've never seen Thor activated so many times in the game. When Thor comes in, Black Widow is manageable because all you have to do is touch the spinner. You don't have to make the whole shot.
Okay, so you don't got to get all the way up that crazy ramp.
Right, it will help you towards Black Widow. To start Hulk multi-ball, you have to make the whole shot still. So you do have to shoot the shot, hope it goes around, and hope it lands in the hole for Hulk multi-ball. But for completing Black Widow, normally, you just have to touch the spinner. So that's going to really help. That really helps. And the versus modes were increased in points. I imagine the ball save times will be severely lessened on it since it is worth more. No more exploiting multipliers, like whole bonuses and multipliers on the Mystery Awards. Because usually when you play Avengers, you get a multi-ball and you don't play the multi-ball. You just get the mystery shield targets and get Mystery Awards all day until you get multiplier, multiplier, whole bonus X, multiplier, and all of a sudden you're ending ball one bonus of say 20 million, and then which you've just held, right? And so now you play ball two, and you're starting off with a 20 million bonus. Hooray! No, not anymore.
So that game really, really needed the code update.
Oh yes,
yeah,
it helped it. It definitely helped it. Yes, Hawkeye all day still is there. To start at least a couple to start Loki. Although one good thing that happened is that the Loki lights, you do have to do left and right. The left and right are sort of separate. So like on Rolling Stones, where the L and O are separate and the K and I are separate. So that does help prevent Hawkeye all day, but it's still there. So you still want to shoot Hawkeye a lot. But it is a better game. Definitely, it is certainly better than it was.
What are your thoughts on? I don't know if I've ever seen at least in the last few years, Indiana Jones Williams edition in a big tournament like this. That isn't one I see very often.
Me neither. I remember it being in a tournament maybe years ago because I can remember players getting on it and hitting supers because that's what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
And how many modes will be played on that game? Not many. It's going to be get the multi-ball, get the jackpots, get the super, do it again. Stay in the super jackpot round for as long as you can. Hopefully you're catching a ball on the right flipper and using the left flipper to hit the captive ball for supers all day. That one might be a little tedious as far as gameplay. You're just going to have to, that's going to be your endurance game, I would think. I mean, barring whether or not, I know that the area on the left where you have to like slap it to get from the out lane to the in lane again. I mean, that whole rubber is probably going to be gone. So any ball that goes down that area is going to be gone unless you luckily save it. But there's gonna be a way to really, I don't know. Yeah, it's just gonna be supers all day on that. I might avoid that. I mean, I want to play that too because it's easy. It's an easy concept. Get multi-ball and get supers. That's it.
Interesting.
There's no really.
So that's likely why we don't see that on the tournament scene very often, is because it's sort of solved in a way.
Right, it's super all day. I mean, yeah, you could go for the modes, and they can be lucrative, but you're shooting the mode start shot, which the ball might not even stay in there.
Yeah, you're doing that in a single ball situation. Super dangerous.
So, like, for those of you who play indie a lot, and you try and get that mode start, and your backhand doesn't work, you go for a forehand, and it hits it so hard, it just bounces back out. So, if that happens on this one, then it's just going to be even more multi-ball all day. But hey, if that's what it takes, that's what it's going to take. Different games require different techniques and requirements. Some games are endurance. Some games are get in there, score quick, and get out. Some games are progressive, not progressive. Some games are bonuses that hold over, like 8-Ball Deluxe. So take advantage on ball one or
what do you do on 8-Ball Deluxe to try and get that bonus on there? Explain that.
Targets, yeah. Ball one. Please give me as many ball targets on the right as I can get without draining. Hopefully, I can complete a whole rack so that on my next ball, if I've survived that much, I can complete a second rack and have a huge bonus. Your bonus collect is behind the 8-ball. So if you can just have a huge bonus, get a nice multiplier, and keep collecting the bonus behind the 8-ball target, well, first of all, surviving the hit on the 8-ball targets when it comes back and then you don't drain, right? Because that's going to be one thing. And then shooting it back up to the saucer to collect the bonus, then that's where the big points are going to come. Your bailout shot is your left orbit. In case you don't have anything to do, you can shoot the left orbit just for some thinking time to get it back up to the upper area of the playfield. But that one is just gonna be because it's such a huge game on bonus. Getting as many of those ball targets down, doing whatever you can on ball
that's
one.
Going to be a real fun one to watch on the screens, watching the top players play. That'll be really interesting.
That's going to be good. Yeah, because it's going to be a balance of ball targets versus multiplier targets, and seeing when people cross over from completing the ball targets to completing the multipliers. So it's interesting to see who does what when, and seeing what the best path is for that. That's going to be interesting to see there.
What about Tommy? That's another game I don't know that I've seen in a big tournament just in the last few years.
Very rarely. I mean, that's very rarely have I seen that. I mean, that's going to be interesting to play too.
Are you real familiar with the game?
Yeah, spinners. Get your spinners to light your mode. Get the saucer to start the mode. Start as many modes as you can. But I mean, one thing about Tommy, I bet it's going to be set on hard to start multi-ball, because usually on Tommy, you have to hit the mirror to get your Tommy letters, right? To start multi-ball. At least you have to spell Tommy. But the game will spot you letters if on ball 2 or ball 3. I bet it's not going to do it on this one. So, not for Papa A, I bet it isn't. If it is, I'll be surprised. I mean, usually on Tommy, if you hit the mirror once, then the next ball, multi-ball, is going to be lit. I guess that's sort of default settings. I doubt that's going to be that type of game.
Probably not. Probably not.
So that's going to be an interesting one there. Who can get to the big point super jackpots on that? Because it's a process, because you have to get your jackpot, then you got to get your double, then you got to get another jackpot, then you got to smash the mirror 5 times, and then the supers are there. So, that's going to be an interesting entry.
Maybe they'll just turn the blinders on the whole time.
That would be, let's do that. Okay, let's do that. Tommy with blinders on. Yeah, all right. Yeah. We don't have any other way to mess with the game enough. Let's just have blinders on permanently.
Blind flipping.
Right.
What's your take on Dirty Harry?
Dirty Harry is, with that game, just seeing people, how people like Keith Elwin and Robert Gagnon can play that game. I don't know what.
Yeah, that one can go on a long time.
I don't know what's going to be a good score on that. That's going to be, that's a game where basically you better hit your shots, and if you don't, you're going to pay immediately, especially that side ramp. Right?
Yeah.
The side ramp, if you miss your shot and it goes halfway, get ready to feel the pain on that. I mean, that's going to be a real test. Those are going to be some high scores on Dirty Harry. Really. The Dirty Harrys that I've played, I mean, especially ones that pop up, play really well. So that's going to be a really high point scoring game, though. So I don't know if I'm going to be. Again, that's a game I want to be in my set, but if I need that to be a big scoring game, I don't know if that
may not be your go-to.
I don't know. And then there's Bram Stoker's Dracula, that's fine. I mean, get multi-balls, get your triple multi-ball, and go to town, right? So that one's fine. So
that seems to be sort of a game we see coming up in a lot of tournaments. I see that all over the place, and I don't know if that's just the ability to score a lot of points with some risky plays in that game, or
That's it. It's like, do you have the accuracy enough to take the right risks at the right time? Can you build the multi-balls on top of each other to get the triple? Can you get the 30 million? Right? That's the wizard mode. It's called 30 million. That's it. Once you hear it, it's time to score. Okay? So that's why, I mean, Bram Stoker's Dracula is popular in tournaments, because it's a very high skill game, and it's one of those where, again, if you miss, you pay. But if you make it, you get paid very well. So that's going to be a good game for people to pick. That's going to be a popular one, I think.
What do you, if you had to bet on what your 5 games are going to be for your qualifying ticket, what would you look at that thing and what do you think they'll be?
All right,
I'm taking notes because I'm going to compare this when you finally qualify.
Okay, so 5 games would be Game of Thrones, probably Avengers. Yep. If I can catch a period of Avengers where I can just go unconscious and just start shooting things on it without worrying about anything. Bram Stoker's Dracula. All right, then I have a problem. Game of Thrones, Avengers, Dracula, not Tommy. Whirlwind, probably. If I can get lucky with some million pluses. All right, and then no, I don't see Party Zone, and I don't see Circus Voltaire. If it's that Circus Voltaire, if it's set the way it was in the final,
yeah, that was brutal.
Maybe if I get good on 8-Ball Deluxe.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna be 8-Ball Deluxe. I've been looking. I saw all your classics finishes and stuff, and that lends itself towards that world.
Right. If I can get good and get lucky on 8-Ball Deluxe, that would be part of it. Yeah. So I've left Tommy out. I've left
Indiana Jones out
simply because there's going to be some huge scores on that, and Dirty Harry out because there's going to be some tremendously huge scores on that. Yeah. And I wish Circus Voltaire could be in it, but, because I really like playing that game. But, and Party Zone. I have a feeling Party Zone is going to have lightning flippers on it.
Yeah, that seems to be what the rumors are on the internet for sure.
Yeah, because it was that way at Louisville, and it made Party Zone a game that didn't take all day, because basically if a ball approached the flipper, it's like, just go, shoot it.
And played more like an EM at that point.
Just play it, right? Just go. Just try, shoot the comic, shoot the left ramp, shoot the comic, shoot the left ramp. Just try and get that over and over, get the multi-ball. So yeah, I guess those are my 5. We'll see how that shakes out as I start getting more desperate. Right? But definitely interesting.
All right, let's take a scan through the other divisions for the fun of it.
Sure.
Let's look at the B division. I had a challenge by someone to play in the B division against them. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm quite content in the C division.
No!
Oh man, if I had even come close to qualifying last year in the C division, I would think about it. It's Papa, man. It's a whole different world. It's a whole different world.
Look at RoboCop representing. I like that.
RoboCop. Like I wouldn't, dude. If you put me in front of RoboCop right now, I'd be like leaning over, staring at the cards, trying to figure out what to shoot. No idea.
Shoot the ramp, shoot the spinner a lot. They sound good.
There you go.
Shoot the ramp, shoot the spinner a lot. You'll get in the upper play. You'll get in the upper lanes. You'll complete them, and all of a sudden you'll start seeing Criminal's Light, which you can capture, and then you'll see the jump light on the ramp. So it's not a complicated game. It's a fun game. It's a fun sounding game. Especially when you get it going. So that'll be nice and simple. That's what it'll be a game where people die quick. But then, all of a sudden, someone will get a couple of magical balls, and they'll, have a one ball where it'll just last just long enough to score a huge amount of points, and it'll be fine. So, AF Attack from Mars, of course.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of the give everybody one game they all know, and
right. I wonder if they would put lightning flippers on that. No, I doubt it. For B Division, probably not.
Something over there last year had lightning flippers.
It might have been AFM.
And it wasn't AFM. I can't remember. Was it Spider-Man? What was it? I want to say it was a Stern.
Spider-Man was an A. Spider-Man was an A.
It was something in B last year that had... Mm-hmm. I don't remember.
But, all right, X-Men, that'll be nice. That's a good long player there. Corvette, wow, this is a pretty good... And then, now you got Flash Gordon to destroy everybody.
Flash Gordon, tough game. Genesis, an interesting...
Genesis, nice. You know what? Yeah, Genesis can be a high scorer as long as if you can spell those body parts that you have to and cash them in correctly.
We have Dracula in this bank as well. Which is interesting.
Is Dracula the World Cup soccer of this year?
Right. Well, what I think would be funny is if they set them up completely different.
Right.
Just nerf them different ways and then flip them on the finals.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's like, wait, we still have Bram Stoker's Dracula in the final, and they step up and play it, and it's just a completely different game.
That would be fun.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what?
Terminator 3, that's a fairly solved game. I think we...
Yes, that's another potentially long player. So
Yep.
That might be a game that builds up queues very significantly.
Same thing could be said for Simpsons Pinball Party.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, this might be... B might see the longest lines, right?
And Demolition Man. There's another one.
So you got X-Men, Terminator 3, Simpsons, and Demolition Man. 4 potentially long... Well, the Demo Man's going to have the claw disabled, right? I mean, it's got to.
Sure, yeah.
Right? Okay, so that'll be less. But that's going to be some long lines there. They're going to need Flash Gordon to equalize that out. And even Corvette can be a long player.
It can, yeah. Especially B Division. I watched a lot of B Division the last 2 years. Those are good players. Those are really quality players. Yeah.
Right. So it seems like B Division is the endurance division. That's what it looks like.
It certainly does. That's an interesting group of games there.
Definitely.
Looking at C Division here, for me... last year I hated the bank of games at C Division. Like, I didn't like it. And then the games that I felt really comfortable on, I got there, and they just didn't feel like I expected them to. Like I thought I was so smart by going and playing a 24 on location ahead of C Division,
boy.
and it just was the catch was different, the rubber, everything was just completely different about that game.
All right.
Same thing with the I'm blanking on the game. There was
AFM?
No, it was what's our black and white game that I love to death, and I'm blanking on the name because all I want to say is Gorgar in my head, and it's not Centaur. Thank you,
Centaur. Yes.
So Centaur. I went down to New Jersey, down to Silverball, and played their Centaur there.
Right.
Put up all these great scores. Thought, okay, this is one of my go-to games, and I started my tickets on that game in C Division last year, but it was so much flatter than the ones I had played.
Right, exactly. Yeah, to get that ball floaty so that any shot around those targets are dangerous. Yeah,
everything was side to side, and it drove me crazy. And it was actually a pretty brilliant move because you expect to come to Papa and play these really steep, fast, brutal games, and then here this thing is set up like super floaty and flat and just killing people. But
looking at C Division here, look what we've got. We've got Iron Man, a certified butt kicker.
Yep.
Right?
Tough.
We've got Phantom of the Opera, who that game actively hates that you're playing it.
Yep. It doesn't want the ball in the field.
At least the one at Papa, that's the one that I played before. I mean, mind you, it was last year when I played it. But that game actively hates you. You got Indianapolis 500, quick and fast, shoot that loop turbo combo.
Yep.
Or die. Roller games, more Picard maneuvers.
Yeah, but I need a little help on roller games.
Wow. So I mean, you got with roller games here, right? You got the 3 lock targets, which you'll see in the middle of the play field, right?
Yep.
I bet it's going to be set where it's on a timer where you have to complete all 3 in order to light a lock. Now you can stack the locks unless that's a setting. So I guess we'll find out. So you can complete the 3. You'll hear the tone that a lock's lit. You shoot the
lock
wall.
The side ramp?
The lock is a side ramp. Yep. Yeah. You'll hit the wall. You shoot the wall. They'll come around and lock a ball. Lock 3 balls. Starts the multi-ball. Hopefully you'll be allowed to shoot the 3 lock targets and stack the 3 locks. That might help.
Yeah.
That would definitely help. One thing hopefully you can get good at is shooting the left orbit and the wall combo, like the Picard maneuver on most games.
Yep.
Because that's an increasing value. Like first time you do it, it's 100,000, 200,000, 3, and it maxes at $500,000, which is not bad on roller games. If you can get that down.
What's a good score on roller games? What's a good score to qualify? Are you gonna need 10 million?
I would think so. 10 million, you can stop playing if it's in a good set. But I mean, until somebody really blows it up. I mean, one of the things on roller games that you can try, and again, it depends on how the lock stacking is set up. Is if you can stack the locks, is to stack all 3 locks so that they're all ready, right? But don't lock any yet. Then here's the key, and I don't know how this is going to work. Is wait so that you shoot enough things that sudden death starts. Right, it says it's sudden death. Go for the wall, right? And that starts semi-randomly. It's a number of targets you have. I don't know how many. It's random, and it just starts. But once that starts, the magnet turns on the saucer that helps you shoot the ramp.
Oh, okay? Yeah.
So it's sudden death. Go for the wall, right? Meanwhile, you've got 3 locks ready. Right?
And then you get your ball to the magnet in front of the flipper.
Right. So now you get your ball to the magnet in front of the flipper, you shoot the wall, you get your sudden death million, and you lock the ball. Right? But what happens next? You get to plunge the ball. And that plunge gets you $1 million. Because sudden death is still running.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so then the ball comes down and you lock it again for a magnet, which is still on. Right? So then you shoot the lock again for another $1 million. And then a ball comes out to be plunged again for guess what? Another $1 million. Okay, so whoever can do that consistently, if it allows it, is gonna get a huge score and win and get multi-balls. So
Friday night, you're gonna roll into Papa, and I'm gonna grab you there and be like, "What did you say to do on roller games? What?"
So if you can do that, I mean, think about that: 3 locks, $3 million plus 3 plunges for $3 more million plus a multi-ball. With the magnet still lit.
Oh, I'm not airing this. I'm deleting all this out of the show. I don't need anybody to hear this.
Right? Whoever does that, you win. You just won roller games. Okay, so
luckily, most people don't listen to my show, so
right.
we'll be okay.
No one accepts thousands of people.
Well,
right.
I don't know.
So I mean, looking at Division C, where we had Division B was like the endurance bank. Division C seems like the high power, full speed bank. Look at this.
Yeah, because no fear's quick, full throttle is fast.
Avatar, Avatar can be slow until you shoot the ball, and then you're getting in trouble on your grounds. You're about to die as soon as you let the ball go on Avatar.
That's going to be one of my games. I guarantee Avatar will be in my bank.
Right, and then I guess after you've gone around going crazy with all these fast games, you can chill out with a little Time Fantasy.
How do you play Time Fantasy?
Time Fantasy has a place on the, I think it's the upper left where you spell time. It's a nice swift backhand.
This is the creepy snail game, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Little snail, little strange looking Zen snail that's there. And so what you do is you hit the target. So when you spell time, what happens is after you spell time, the bell rings and you're invincible. Where you can't drain. Like you drain, but the ball will come back in the shooter lane for an amount of time that is earned during play.
Well, I like that.
Yeah, so you can earn a bunch of seconds of invincibility, and while you're doing that, now you can plunge the ball and get those all important top lanes to build some multiplier up there and get some awards. So what people like to do is spell time, drain, then plunge, get one of the top lanes, and quickly drain again. And keep going
until you can get till your top lanes are lit.
Right, till all the top lanes are lit, and then do it again, and then pay attention to your time. And so, once your time runs out, catch the ball, and then do it again.
Should I ever shoot that little horseshoe thing?
I think there's a reason. I mean, it does build up. It builds up. I'm not sure if it builds up time though. I don't know. I'm not sure if it builds up potential time for the invincibility though.
Yeah,
it's built up points. I'm not sure if it does. I know, strangely, the number one top lane builds time, and that builds seconds. Why specifically that one, I'm not sure. But that one, I'm not sure how that affects the time though. I'm just hoping that there are other people who might be able to answer that more than I will on that game. Yeah,
and then there'll be a Twilight Zone in this bank.
Right. Well, yeah. Twilight Zone, just to see, who can get lost in the zone and do that. Yeah. So Twilight Zone provides some familiarity.
How do you play Twilight Zone?
Multi-ball, Powerball, in tournaments. Multi-ball, Powerball.
Just over and over.
Especially if it's one less ball in the gumball, which is usually how it's set, so that you can get your Powerball sooner. Because and if a mode is available, I'll take the mode. Absolutely. Like if I have a mode lit and the ball is on the upper left flipper, I'm going to shoot for the piano, take a mode. But
you're not actively playing most of that stuff,
right? I'm going for multi-ball, and the modes will happen, and I'll get points with them. That's fine.
Now, if you light, say, like the super skill shot mode,
mm-hmm.
do you shoot for it or do you ignore it?
Well, it depends on how the bounce is. It depends. It depends on if what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the super skill where it just grazes the bottom roller, so I can light the Battle of the Power.
And then you want to bounce it out of the rocket ship.
I don't want to get it out of there, because I don't want to mess with those
the pop bumpers
at all. So if I can graze the bottom one and then shoot it fully to get it back into relative safety, then that's perfect. But everything else is just, give me the Powerball, give me multi-ball, keep going. Seems very simple, but and the modes will come as they may. And yeah, some people will get lost in the zone because it's a game that sort of, gives itself to where the modes are there available for you. Sure, go ahead and take them. They're fine. They're good. Most of them. Some of them even work with multi-ball. Like if you can get some clock chaos with multi-ball, clock millions, spiral works. Spiral gives you some points for no reason during multi-ball, so that'll work too. But mostly who can really cash in on Powerball Mania. That's going to be the thing. Yeah.
Interesting. Looking at the D division, which is going to be the bank they use for the D division, which is truly the newcomers to competitive pinball, split flipper tournament.
Wow.
You're not even going to play split flipper. You don't have enough time.
No, I won't have time. Hello, Derby Day. Wow.
Derby Day. Juniors, seniors, and women's are all played on this bank.
Hello, Car Hop.
Car Hop, Derby Day, Taxi, Al's Garage Band.
Wow.
Target Alpha, Shadow, which sort of sticks out like a sore thumb on here.
Right.
And then Skateball.
Wow, that is eclectic. I guess it's a word I could use for Derby Day. Okay.
So are we going to have a Zaller Lefkoff Juniors battle here?
Yep. I don't know. It sounds like it, though. I mean, wow, Car Hop, that has that double score shot, which I remember it has. That's going to be interesting there.
What I really need, Steve, is I need in-depth analysis on what I should do if I'm playing the left flipper on Al's Garage Band.
Shoot the back center? I don't know.
You have an answer. You weren't even supposed to have an answer. You have an answer. I love it.
Just shoot the back of the game, and things will happen.
Things will happen. That's
things will
funny.
happen on Al's Garage.
I want whatever flipper is like the dead flipper, where I just don't do anything.
That's exactly. Yeah, shoot the back. Hopefully the disc will just start everything, and then you can get multi-ball, and all of a sudden have the points count up, and then leave. Done.
That's awesome.
At least we have Shadow. At least we have Taxi, and hey, we have Target Alpha. That's fine.
All right.
And Skateball is sitting there for people to master. That's good. But
it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good Papa 19, kind of back to the Papa facilities after a very successful Pinburg last summer.
Absolutely.
And you're all dialed in for Pinburg, I'm assuming?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. No problem.
What else you got on the calendar this year?
Wow. I don't know what I'm looking at after things start opening up after April. I'm going to have to investigate how many vacation days are left that I have,
yeah.
if I have any to see what I can really work on attending and see what I can visit. I'm not, I don't have anything mapped out right now as far as what I'm thinking of right now. I didn't really think of it until after. Of course, Pinburg is out there sitting there in the summer, but the summer is when the traffic really picks up for events. So I'll see what I'll be able to attend. If it's within driving distance, I'll probably be there.
Fantastic.
And if it's within flying distance, I might be there. So who knows?
Well, that's awesome.
I'll definitely try to go to as many events as I can.
I wish you the best of luck at Papa. I feel like this could be a really good year for you.
I really hope so. Yeah, I really hope so. I mean, like I said, today's going to be another one of those quick weekends where I'll be leaving just as soon as the winner is declared. Hopefully that winner is me, but as soon as I get to see who the winner is...
Right back to New York.
I'm right back to New Jersey.
Excuse me.
Right back to New Jersey again, back to work. So
love it. All right, man. Well, thanks so much for coming back on the show. I'll see you in a couple weeks, and we'll hang out Friday night.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, Steve Bowden.
Thank you.
All right, thanks as always to Steve Bowden for coming on the show. Thank you for listening. Can't wait to get to Pennsylvania. Play some tickets at Papa. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a blast. We'll talk to you guys soon on episode 223. I don't know when that's going to be. Soon enough, though. Thanks for listening. Be nice to each other. Play more pinball and take care of yourselves.